Hey guys, Pat here, and today I want to talk about what's happened recently, and you might have seen it on the news. Well, if you're living in Australia, obviously, this is very specific to Australians, very specific to NBN Co, and very specific to the kind of videos I'm making on my channel. So guys, if you've been on the news, or you've read anything, or even maybe heard a slight chatter in the wind, NBN Co has lowered its prices that it sells bandwidth to the ISPs. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what that means to you. What does it really mean, NBN Co lowering its prices? Will you get better prices? Well, no. Actually, it really doesn't change anything in pricing, but it does help you in the speeds you get during peak time. Now, if you guys want to learn about bandwidth, please see the video below. I talk about what bandwidth is and why the ISPs need to buy more, why they haven't, and play a bit of a devil's advocate there, but I really want to answer those questions in that video. In this video, I want to talk about what the price change could mean for you. Well, first of all, it could potentially mean a lower price point, but I really doubt that. And from what I've seen so far, the research I've done, no prices have actually changed. What you have though is received a little bump up in the amount of data you get and a better promise on speeds. So now what happens is that your ISPs are purchasing more actual bandwidth at the same price that they were spending before, which means they have more lanes of traffic they can provide to their consumer, their users, and provide better speed during peak times. That means a good thing for you guys. For anybody who's using the NBN, that is a huge sign of positive things to come. It kind of also means that NBN Co is kind of losing money because it's kind of providing the services that they have for a lot less, and NBN Co is an asset of the government, and now it's at a loss. But you know, who cares about the country's economy? Like, bugger that, right? But anyway, price point. It'll be the same. Your speeds will get faster. You'll potentially even notice it right now, potentially if the ISPs have got off their butts and actually purchased more and still kept their bottom line. But what it could kind of mean is that the ISPs will just end up making a larger profit because they're buying the same bandwidth for a lot less. What I really want to hear from NBN Co is that they have a policy where if you have a certain amount of customers, you need to buy this much bandwidth. Kind of force the ISPs to provide a better service, because at the end of the day, when a customer complains, it doesn't go just to the ISP provider like INET or Aussie Broadband or Telstra or Telecom, whoever it is. It kind of leads into NBN Co, who's the national provider of the infrastructure, and that really looks bad. People blame NBN Co for the incompetence of ISPs not spending enough money on bandwidth. Now, that's not all ISPs. To me, it's really the major players that are doing that because they get a lot of customers, they get a lot of overheads. The smaller ones that I suggested in that video you should go with are potentially buying enough to service their customers. So, in the end, lower prices, better performance, but not potentially the amount you spend on the internet. Paying to the ISP to get internet is going to lower itself anytime soon, but it is in the future potentially going to happen. Now, interestingly enough, when I was traveling through the US and Europe, the amount that people pay for internet services are substantially lower than in Australia. And my wife pointed this out, and I kind of didn't think about it because living in Australia for so long, you kind of accept that, you know, to get good internet, it's about $100 to get, you know, high speed NBN provision speeds and also enough data to really make use of that speed. And it's around $100, you know, $70 to $100. But if you kind of work it out, that $70 to $100 is a lot more than you pay for water and you pay for electricity. I mean, imagine that. You pay a whole heap more just to have access to YouTube cat videos than for water, which is well, you need to survive, and electricity is also a need to survive now. I mean, it used to be a luxury, don't get me wrong. Shouldn't it be like $20, $30 a month for access to the internet? Come on, guys, there's not really much you can do with the internet unless you're a business making a whole heap of money, or you're on YouTube. And then again, you probably won't be making any money on YouTube either. Trust me, we're not. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope I have been a little bit informative. Let me know in the comments what you think about the price change that has been brought about by NBN, and if it has affected you. Have you noticed an increase in your speeds during peak times? And I really want to point that out during peak times, because most of the other time, well, it should be alright. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.